Good afternoon, everyone. Let's go ahead and head on into Let's Go Help You. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. There's just the three of us right now, and we'll probably give a few more minutes to let everybody get in. Did either of you have any questions before we get started, Carol or Adrian? All right. Well, today's meeting is hosted out of teaching sessions in the live meetings collection. So let's go ahead and head over there. And all of the answers will be in teaching sessions, the second tab over community answers. But I'll walk each person through that. So don't worry about that, Adrian, if you're not as familiar. And Miss Carol, while we're waiting for others to join, I saw that you had, let me just stop my share here really quickly so I can look at that email. And it looked like you might have set up a time for it, but I hadn't gotten a chance to tear through all my emails yet. Let me just look at that really quickly. Okay. Wednesday, is when you're wanting to do the class that you do, Carol? Is that what you're talking about at Wednesday? And perhaps Carol isn't able to talk right now. Let me share my screen. Oh, it does look like maybe Carol is unable to talk right now. So we'll have to get together, Carol. Wonderful, Adrian. It looks his or her, I'm not sure there. We can definitely work on that. His, okay. He's saying that he's been here for about a month. And so are you finding your way around Let's Go Help 2 pretty well, Adrian? Great, great. And you're getting access to resources you need, and now you're ready to start looking into this homestead information. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, great. You can use your voice. Oh, excellent. Okay. Well, I already have a series built for that, actually, Adrian. And what is your last name so that I can tag you?
Horton, H-O-R-T-O-N.
HR. I'm sorry, what was
H-O-R-T-O-N.
there? We have you. Okay, I think I've answered a few questions for you. Excellent. I recognize your profile picture. So I have a few things, and let's determine which will be best for you. First and foremost, absolutely, the Farming and Country Living and Business series is something that will be valuable for you. And that's what Matthew used to call item number 26. He called everything Farming and Country Living and Business, and now he's calling it Rural Living and Agriculture, I believe. But I think Farming and Country Living and Business sounds way more country. So that's the one that I particularly follow. And so there is that. We should also give you item number 26. Let's grab that. That is the overall agricultural item number in the Let's Go Meta Grants. Item number 26 is for rural living and agricultural businesses.
Okay, so that point right there showed me grants for the agricultural and homestead, right?
Um, it's going to talk about agriculture. Homesteading is like a specialized niche. And I don't know how much you'll see that within these resources here, following through with what Matthew's going to walk you through. I do have a document that's built specifically for homesteading survival and prepping, right? Those topics are kind of interchangeable a little bit there. Let me grab the Let's Go Meta Grants report information for you because that is where I got that item number, the Let's Go Meta Grants. And so I always want to let you know where the information is coming from so you can get into the full report. All right, and then over here, would you be interested in foodscaping, food forest, permaculture, and sustainability resources?
Yes, ma'am. I'll probably use those, pretty sure.
They're really great ways to set up a homestead, right? To get it into a position where it's doing the majority of the work without a lot of intercession from you in a more natural sort of creation, right? It's not nature. You're creating it. But if you spend about 10 years putting together something like a food forest, after that, really the only time you're going to be spending will be primarily for harvesting and introducing any new plants that you want to. It's not about constantly hoeing and weeding and, you know, all of these types of ideas. It's creating a canopy all the way down to the floor covering so that, well, yes, there will be some weeds you'll have to deal with here or there. Primarily, you've gotten it working as a created ecosystem from the canopy on down, and your time then is able to be spent in expansion and harvesting rather than in constantly every year having to redo what you've done, redo what you've done, redo what you've done. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am, it does. Also, with hunting, is there a certain amount of animals or a certain type of animals you have to have, or is it free, open, free?
Well, if you're talking about getting funding for having those animals, that's where you'll have to talk to possibly your farm agency or your rural development center. And we can definitely get those resources for you as well. Let me grab the one last document that I have for you that is specifically about homesteading. And so it's Prepping Survival, Survivalist and Homesteading Series. And there is a lot of really great information in there. Now, when you're talking about purchasing your land, you're going to want to start more in Matthew's item number 26, most likely. Okay. When you're talking about putting it all together and moving forward from there, that's where these further resources will have a lot of use. But they're all useful. And so also item number 7 out of the Meta Grants report covers purchasing a personal home or real estate, which obviously getting farmland could be considered a form of purchasing real estate, right? So let's throw that up there. Now, what state and zip code are you in, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm looking both at Alabama, Tennessee. So,
Tennessee, you said?
yeah.
And your zip code?
357. Oh, what is this? Hold on.
Not to worry. I move so much. I have to really concentrate on it.
Fayetteville. Trying to find that real quick. I want to say it was 357.
You said it's Fayetteville? Fayett, Tennessee.
Yes.
Oh, zip code 37334. Does that sound
Yes.
right? Okay,
Yes.
let's change that up there a little bit. Oh my goodness, you and my husband would probably get along wonderfully. Okay, so now let me think about this here. Okay, I'm going to transfer over to our tabs for class and go into the coordinators here. Okay, so the first one here is to find the USDA near you. All right. I bet I have the service center located. Okay, let's grab the service center near you. Oh my goodness, it takes 3 tabs to get to the actual information. All right, excellent. Okay, let me get this out of the way here. State office, RDA area offices at Davidson County. Do you know what county you're in?
Uh, let me see. What we got? You said the Donaldson Pike. Ah, you went outside of it.
Lincoln
Is it
County.
Lincoln?
Does that sound right?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Lincoln County. All right. So it doesn't look like they have one specifically in Lincoln County. Um, what is closer to you? Davidson County, Greene County, Hamilton County, Knox County, Lawrence County, Madison County, Obion County, Putnam County.
No, I'd probably be better to go with either um Green or because it's kind of like one of those that's in between. So probably
Uh-huh.
with either Davidson, Green, or Hamilton. One of those three would probably have
Okay,
to.
so that's why they're in that order then. So they're guessing Davidson is going to be your closest physical center. Okay, but you don't have to go there if it's a ways away from you. You have the phone number here and also a contact email. All right. So we're
Right.
going to grab this for you and put this into your post. Oops, let's grab and put the final answer for you here.
So I'm guessing you call them and talk to them about funding. Yes.
Well, you don't want to start off talking about funding. You want to start off by creating a relationship with them. The USDA has a lot of funding available, so you're not under some pressured time crunch. Okay, you will be able to take a moment to introduce yourself and what you want to do, what you've already done, what you've invested, and then what you need going forward and where you're struggling to be able to manage going forward or need a partner or whatever it is that you're looking for, right?
Mm.
Um, we when you're talking about a homestead, will you be making money off of that agricultural land purchase? Is that the goal, as well as it being like a homestead? Will it be some sort of unit of production for you?
Honestly, I see it more as just surviving for me and my family to have like natural, you know, non-chemical type,
I hear
food.
all
But I
that.
mean,
How are you
but
going to pay for it going forward, though, right? Like there'll be taxes, even if
oh,
it were somehow magically to get it completely without you having to put in money, which that's not how it happens almost ever, right? You have to invest
right.
as well. Um, you would still have to pay things going forward. So are you going to make that your primary home? Is this a secondary
Yes, ma'am.
property, a primary home?
Primary.
But you're not going to try to produce anything off of that homestead before SHTS.
Ma-
I'm sorry,
You said produce something before what now?
SHTS, right? To what can I, why do you homestead? Why are you worried about it going forward? Is it because you're worried about some of the systems around us collapsing, as well as having more healthy foods to ingest? Is it all about,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, so um, if the systems collapse, they're not collapsing today. So you have to continue to exist in the systems as they are, even if that is to be the eventual outcome. How would you pay for your portion of that homestead? Do you see what I'm trying to get
I
at?
right, right. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't understanding first. My apologies.
No, no,
Um,
it's all a big new world when we come into this community for almost all of us, right? And so we have to understand that world. And a part of understanding that world is asking questions based on the guesses that we've made so far.
Okay.
So
Right.
you can't just go to the government and say, I want to do this. And then they're going to say, okay, and we're going to pay for that for you. How it is, there are funds set aside that may be called anything from a micro fund is one I just recently applied to, an initiative, a program, yes, possibly a grant. Okay, there's all kinds of different titles they can fall under there. They will fund a portion. So for myself, I want to do primarily education-based agricultural property that will do some production. Okay, that
Okay.
some production. I'm not primarily a farmer nor a rancher. That's not the primary purpose of the property. But in order to really be open to some of the things that are available for my area here in Utah, I have to produce and sell and keep track of and show having sold at least $1,000 worth of some sort of produce or, it could be straw, it could be soil, it could be compost, it's some sort of agricultural product or food. And I have to do that for 3 years in a row. I'm guessing there's definitely 3 years. I don't know if it's consecutive or if it can be, a year here. Oh, I had a bad year, then I did another year, then I skipped 2, and then I did 1. I'm guessing they'd have to be consecutive. That's my plan, whether it's the rules or not, because I want to get moving forward, right?
Mm.
And so once I've produced 3 years worth of $1,000 each year, I open up to a ton of different opportunities. And one of those that I want to be opened up to, at least that was available a year or so ago, and they'll generally have similar things, even if that particular program is closed down. Okay, I'm not ready to make use of it, so I didn't go all the way into finding out the criteria, but there's a $250 forgivable down payment for an agricultural business property. It doesn't have to be, like I said, $1,000 when you really think about it is not very much in this day and age. So 3 years worth of $1,000, $3,000 total to be open to getting something like a $250,000 forgivable down payment towards an agricultural business property. Just as a personal resident, you are going to want some more look at item number 7, which I've provided for you here as well, right? Not that you can't use item number 26, because there are many of you here have already known about or have been with us long enough to know that there are HUD loans for home purchase, right? Like through the Federal Housing Authority. And in many cases, you'll deal with HUD. And so I have a loan. When we just purchased this house in August, our loan is an FHA loan. That gives us better percentages and things like that. So traditional loan was going to be at about, I think, a 13% interest rate. And our primary mortgage loan is at a 7.5 interest rate, right? Big difference. So that's where the value is of getting that style of loan over a traditional banking loan. And another opportunity that you have, I'm in the wrong area here. Another opportunity that you have is, I think it'll be in this tab. No, okay, so I'm looking for the FSA, which is similar to FHA, rural home loan. That's what it said. Okay, let's try that. Rural home loan, FSA. So you have FHA or FSA. There are comparable ways. An FSA is going to work in a rural area. Now, I'm in a relatively rural area here in Utah, in the town of Tooele, in the county of Tooele. But we're right next door to Salt Lake, this county, and only about 45 minutes to an hour away from Salt Lake City. So even though we have a little teeny mountain chain that separates the two valleys, and we're not as acidified as the Salt Lake Valley, it's coming this way. And so this city, Tooele, is already at about 38,000, which to me is comparable to Durango, Colorado, which is certainly a city as compared to my little hometown of Cortez, Colorado, which has anywhere from 8 to 12,000 people as it fluctuates, right? So this is not a very rural area with 38,000, but we're on the super edge. Literally our street ends and it goes into open land. And so it is rural. We would have qualified to go through FSA. However, I'd already been working with a HUD approved counselor, and I had 2 credit unions that I have established relationships with. And so it was easier for me to just go with FHA. But that is another opportunity that you have. Okay, so let's grab this for you. And we'll throw that into your answers here in Let's Go Help Too. So the things about your USDA center, as you're even maintaining residential property that you have purchased, even if it's in an agricultural space, it's a residential property, not an agriculturally producing, acreage. You can still utilize your USDA service centers, your county extension offices, all of these things as you're putting in the plan. Also, if you intend to do anything toward conservation on your property, right? Like I want to bring life and health back into the soil on my property. And I'm also going to be exploring alternative methods of in-ground water retention. And so I can go to my Natural Resources Conservation Service, and as long as they approve of the projects that I want to do in my own backyard, I'm not even on an agricultural property, as I explained, I'm in city limits for Tooele. They will pay 75% of the projects that I want to do if they fit their criteria and I follow the guidelines they give me when I explain what I want to do, and they walk through that with me. They'll say, okay, that'll work, but we need it to be such and such size or such and such depth, or utilizing such and such methods, or perhaps keeping track in such a way of what you're doing, all these different things that they may have. And then if I follow those guidelines, I will get a 75% reimbursement for my projects here on my own residential property in city limits for my backyard.
Oh.
All right, so now that I've given you a little bit more of an insider view of what it is that you will be doing when you interact with these entities in regards to a residential property as opposed to an agriculturally producing property, what questions do you have for us?
Oh, well, I guess the best thing to do on that is like maybe structuring. What would be the best way to kind of structure maybe the proposal or something? If you know what I mean?
If you're going to be purchasing it without any sort of intention towards making it into an agricultural business, structure may not be the best word for what you're asking. Maybe approach.
What I'm saying is, wouldn't it smarter to maybe do residential and also then do producing then, like kind of switch gears?
I think that that is a very, very positive switch if that's something that's comfortable for you. Now, I don't know what Tennessee's criteria may be. I would guess, though, that it might be even lower than Utah's, as it's quite a bit more expensive to live here in this region that I'm in than it typically is in Tennessee. So you may even have lower criteria thresholds, right? Does that make sense? Meaning that maybe you only have to produce 700 for 3 years or something. But yes, if you are willing to consider doing some low-level producing so that you can be considered more of an agriculturally productive property, that would open up a lot of opportunity for you.
Oh, all right.
And
Thank you. And
you're saying for your family, if I may ask, are you married?
engage.
I'm sorry?
Engaged.
Engaged? Okay. If the two of you are going to do this together and you put 51% of the structure of the business that you plan in your fiance and or maybe she's your wife at that point, right? Into her name, it will open up even more opportunities for you as they're really encouraging women and minorities to get into the agricultural industry.
You said 51, you said?
Yes, you would want the female partner if you're wanting to benefit from female ownership and the opportunities that are out there for women, it needs to be at least 51%. Where she's the primary owner, at least on paper, right? So in my household, we call my husband the head of house because he does make a little bit more than me, about 10,000 more than me. And generally he was making quite a bit more than me. And so we put him as the head of household. However, for both of the businesses I own, one which is launched and productive, that's the one that I contract to Matthew Lesko in order to work with you all here in the Lesko Health community. My second business, my agricultural business, is not yet producing income, okay, but I have those two businesses. And so both of those businesses are 100% in my name, even though he's absolutely my full partner in all of our lives. I understand a lot about what he does for his job when he leaves and he goes to manage the plant that he works at, and he knows what a lot of the things I do for the Lesko Help community, and he's very, very involved with my agricultural business. In fact, the reason that we bought this particular property with him listed, yes, as the primary landowner, because it doesn't matter in that regard. It's my business, and I own 100% of that. I will be eligible as a female entrepreneur in the agricultural industry to get a lot of additional opportunities opened up to me. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
So in our feelings, he and I are both owners of all of it. But on paper, he's our primary as far as our household, including to own this piece of land. I'm listed as the co-owner. But when it comes to the business, I'm 100% owner. And so there's some differences that you can do there. She could own 51. She could be the primary on the loan, and that could count. Or you guys, as starting a business, she could be the primary or 100% owner of the business, and that would open you up to additional funding. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay. So, yeah, LC and okay, cool. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Are there any other resources or questions that you'd like to ask before I walk you through getting this information, Adrian?
No, ma'am. I think everything that you sent, and then also the projects that we're working on gave me an idea that where maybe create an LLC off of this. Get probably create an LLC and then work both back and forth. I didn't know they had women grants, for this and such. So yeah, I just really I guess keep showing up to your classes and get more information. But I'm done for now.
Okay, let me show you one other thing. When you're talking about taking it to a business place, right? At first we weren't talking there, and then now you're making a little bit of a mental shift. Let's go ahead and get a listing of SBDC Business Counselors, America's Small Business Development Center. As you see up here, it's America's. It's pluralized. There are two S's there. America's SBDC.org. And then I'm going to punch your zip code in here and find an advisor. That's as hard as it is to begin the process of getting a business counselor with the Small Business Development Center. I'm going to copy the first 10 options here. There's usually more. And those are going to be just like the last list that we looked at. They're going to cover the closest going further and further as the list goes on. All right. So the first one is probably your closest option. And so that's americassbdc.org. So I've got that there for anybody that wants to go and follow through that process. And then this is the list that it built for you specifically. Okay. So let's add that. And then they don't have the website here. So when that happens, what you can do is you can say copy this here to do it, and then you'll go back to your search engine, paste that in, and look what you can find. And then here you have it. See the MTSU, the something at Tennessee Small Business Development Center at MTSU Columbia Satellite Office. All right. They also have this one here at .edu. They're on Facebook and LinkedIn, but you don't need to worry about any of that. Let's grab both of these for you. And that is going to be who you would contact for free business mentorship. And it is absolutely able to be geared towards agricultural business, right? And then all that you do there, go to that website, and you're looking for business consulting. Yours is really, really obvious. That's so nice when it's like that. They're not always so visibly in front of your face. Consulting, the TSBDC provides advice, counseling, or consulting and educational opportunities to help business owners become better business owners at no cost. All right. We will help you think strategically about how to grow your businesses and enjoy continued success. They offer all of these different services here. And then all you have to do is select your county, and that was Lincoln, right? That's what we determined. Lincoln, and then hit continue. And then you would enter your email address right here, hit continue. They have anywhere from 4 to 10 questions. You send that off. They will reach out to you, generally back to your email, and then you set up your first appointment with your business counselor. Again, I recommend introducing yourself and your plans at least in 2 to 6, either on your 3rd or 6th meeting. That's when you are going to be talking a little bit more about the funding that you'll need for the projects that you've discussed, and that you're not sure how you're going to get all of that or what would be the best route. I don't say money. I don't say grants. I say, these are my goals, and I am going to struggle funding all of this. You know, are there any options out there that might help me to get further in my goals? Does that make sense? And you're muted there, Adrian, if you're answering me. Okay. And he might have had a phone call or something of that nature. Hopefully you can still hear me, Adrian. The way you're going to... Okay. So did you understand all that I was talking about where I didn't say money or grant, right?
Yes, ma'am. I was going back and forth between the Zoom and trying to get the message you had sent.
Okay. So let's walk through that right now. Are you comfortable getting into Let's Go Help 2? I'm sorry, it cut out there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you know what I mean by your notification bell where I'm circling in the upper right-hand corner? Oh, right. Just click that notification bell there, Adrian, and up towards the top portion here, as long as it's in the next hour, several hours, it'll say your host, Sabrina, has tagged you or mentioned you in a post. You'll just click that notification, and it will pull this post that we built together up. There's quite a bit of information in here for you. So you want to make sure to look at the whole post, not just the initial post itself, but then you're going to get into the comments. And as you see, it says previous comments, and there's 6. If you see something like that, you want to make sure to click it so that you can see all of those answers that I've provided here for you. All right. Does that help you? Are you pretty comfortable getting into Let's Go Help 2 and your notification bell to get those answers from me, Adrian?
Trying to move through it right now. The one of
Okay.
my click said the tab was expired. Let's see. You shared with me the farming and country living
Mm-hmm.
live business series.
Mm-hmm.
It tries to take me to the document, and yeah, it says expired.
Wait, okay. Walk me through that again. Did you click the notification that I just sent to you 2 minutes ago?
Um,
Or like maybe 10 minutes ago at most?
One saying 30 minutes, 30 minutes.
Okay. And when you click those, what happens?
It's trying to take me to a document, but it's saying they're expired or sessioned out, timed out.
And you're sure it's from Sabrina with the pink heart in it?
Well, it just opened up. Okay. I don't know what's going on with it, but all right.
I'm going to provide you my troubleshooting document as well, as it sounds like you might need to clean your device up to get it to function a little bit better for you, okay?
No.
This, and I'll give you a little bit of an overview of what I'm providing.
How do you say it?
Oh, that's the whole thing. Okay. There we go.
Bookmark.
Okay, so did you find all those answers then? Did it generate itself?
Yes, ma'am. I just bookmarked it. I had
Excellent.
go
Okay.
through it.
And I did just provide you that troubleshooting document so that you can go through there and probably just clean up like your cookies and things of that nature. Should help your device run a little bit better.
Okay. Yeah, I probably need to do it tonight. Go into the files and just start deleting.
Sometimes that's part of it for sure. This is going to walk you through some specific elements from tech experts on how to clean up your device. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else that we can provide for you in the moment, Adrian?
No, ma'am. I think that's about it for me.
All right. And so you feel pretty comfortable about starting in and you have a better idea of what this process is going to look like for you. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Pretty much just treat it like everything else. I mean, treat everything as a business, so.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Thank you so much, Adrian. I'm going to go ahead and mute you there. And do we have any other questions, folks? Never a very large class. This is a really good class to get all of your questions answered in depth. It can really tear into it with you. I do have an awful lot going on right now. Oh, my children are in Costa Rica with my parents. I'm so sad. I'm all by myself. But so I'm super busy because I'm having to take over the things that they normally do so that our household functions. If we don't have questions, I'll have to go ahead and shut down class as Miss Tammy is not able to be here with us today. She is in one of her master food preservation classes. Yay, so exciting for her. Anything from anyone? Cynthia, I love, please go ahead. Would you rather be called Reverend, Doctor, or Denise, my dear? I can't remember. It's been too long since we've worked together.
Yeah, Doc D is fine.
Doc D? Okay, you got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Hey, y'all, how you feeling? Happy New Year.
Good. And how about yourself? Did you have a good
Doing
holiday
great.
season?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful.
So I put it in the chat. Uh, I I could not recall if those notifications when you all select something out for us, do they stay there or do they disappear?
They disappear about a month later.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I think mine.
You can still get that information though. And so let me search that out. see where we're at here. Let me do this. Put this up quite nicely. We're almost there. Should get it in the next 3 or so. Here we go. This is the one I want. All right. To find answers that you've been provided that are over a month old, this is the process here, Doc D. And let's go ahead and we'll just run a search of your name, just like this is going to walk you through. And we'll go into what's new today. That's where I like to hang out. It gives me an idea of what's going on in the whole community. And when I'm in what's new today, our calendar, let's go highlights, any of the overall collections, not spaces, right? I place this in the news and announcement space. That's not where we want to be. We want to be, that would be the daily news collection. So any overall collection, you're searching all of Let's Go Help To. And I'm going to just paste your name. And this is going to provide just a huge list because you've been active for so long, right? And then you'll have to look through here to see which pieces you are trying to isolate there. Okay? All right. I don't think you're talking to me. I think there's just maybe some background noise, but I do want to go ahead. All right. Did that make sense, Doc D, about how we walked through all that?
Whoops. So I just wanted to clarify, do I go to notifications?
Yes. And in your notifications, as long as you go in the next few hours, you'll see right towards the top somewhere, your host, Sabrina, has tagged you or mentioned you in a post. And you just click that and it's going to pull this notification up that has the search of your name.
Okay, perfect.
And the information on how I created that search, right?
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that we can provide for you in the moment, my dear?
I don't really think so, but I appreciate all that you all do, and I congratulate you on your all that you do. It's phenomenal. Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of fun. I really think that this whole practice of looking for free money is so enjoyable. And I hope you guys see that when we're working with you, how much we all enjoy doing this, how much we all enjoy how much we all enjoy interacting with you all and sharing these skills with you and working to help you locate that funding opportunity that you all each need. It's just so wonderful. So thank you, Doc D. I really do appreciate it. And so it sounds like you're pretty comfortable getting into Let's Go Help To and your notification bell to get that answer.
Absolutely.
All right, wonderful.
Blessings. Shalom.
Thanks to you as well, my dear. Thank you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute. Oops, sorry, ignore that, Cynthia, unless you'd like to unmute. Any other questions, guys? We can go for about another hour and 15 minutes, or we can go ahead and shut class down today. That's entirely up to you guys. Any other questions at all? It does not have to be about farming and agriculture or rural living. It can be about Let's Go Help To and navigating the platform. It can be about getting resources in your hands, just like what Doc D just did there. That didn't have anything to do with our topic. That was just getting her the information that she needed here in the Let's Go Help To community to move forward with what she has planned, right? Yes, Miss Carol. How can we help you today? Oh no, we can't hear you if you're talking, my dear. And she muted herself there again. Anybody at all? Any questions? Yes, please try again, Miss Carol. Nope, it's not working for her. Go ahead.
It's not working. Oh, there it is.
Yay!
It's working.
Okay.
I have a hard time with this thing. But anyway, the country living. I just want to know more about, I'm here. And that's what I'm interested in now.
And so are you talking about like getting
you have to
property?
be there. you have to be in a country, in a country place, or living in one already, or
you don't actually. Let me show you some of the resources that I have pulled up.
Okay.
For, urban agriculture. All right, let's see if I can find that.
Family. Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Here we go, the USDA Urban Service Centers. All right, this is where you want to go, Carol, if you're in a more urban area. Now, notice they don't have one in every state even, okay? You may have to go outside of your state, but they're still going to be able to help you. So you want to go to your closest location. Are you in California, Carol? Is that right?
I'm in Michigan.
Michigan. Oh, yep, that's right. Okay. Okay, so it's wonderful for you. They do have one in Detroit. Okay. Now, that may not be super close to you, or it may be really great and right next to you. Let's go ahead.
I'm in Detroit. I'm in Detroit.
You're in Detroit. All right, so let me grab this. I want to keep this tab up. I hadn't explored this fully yet. And let's keep all of these. That way I'll have it the next time someone is asking about that form of interaction with the USDA, right? Okay, perfect. So now let's go down here. Perfect. Now, it's not going to give you a website, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and just copy all this information here for you. Okay, and that is your Urban Service Center location. And we'll go ahead and get this as well, just to have all of it. Okay. And now let's go in and place this in your answer here. And so that's your Urban Service Center location in Detroit, Michigan. Ann Arbor, it looks like. Okay. I don't know what this is about here. We're going to just take this out and hit enter. Then you have Brian Rogers, Urban County Executive Director, and his email. And Caitlin Beaven, Resource Conservationist, and her email and phone number. All right. Wonderful. Now, let's see if we can locate the website, if they have one. So I'm going to copy the title of the area and that it's in Detroit. I'm going to head over here, just have to see where we are. And let's see if we can get a website for you. Does not look like it. So that's one where you're going to want to be. Ooh, that looks fun. Urban Agriculture and Innovative Production. Ooh. USDA adds new urban county committees in Detroit. Fun, fun. Okay. So it does not look like they have an actual website. Okay. So you will want to call. Let's do this. Let's go to phone. If we can get one there for you. An urban farm. That is not. All right. So it looks like that phone number that we provided here is going to be your best bet. All right. If not, then you have your emails as well. Okay. That sucks that they don't have a website, but it happens. And then let's just look at this. So urban agriculture and innovative production. USDA assists urban, small-scale, and innovative producers with growing, processing, and selling. We provide technical and financial assistance for a variety of growing operations, including community farms and gardens, rooftop, indoor, and vertical farms, and hydroponic, aeroponic, and aquaponic facilities. Ooh. And then they have grants, cooperative agreements, innovative production, getting involved, staying informed. learn more about urban agriculture and innovative production grants, right? Learn more about composting and food waste reduction cooperative agreements, the People's Garden. Lots of fun stuff here, all right? Lots of fun stuff. So let's grab this for you. And are you still there, Miss Carol?
Yes. Okay. Yes, I see it all. I love this.
It is really neat. And they want us all out there doing this. So it sounds like you might check several boxes, right? Urban is a big focus, actually. That is a check mark. You're female, and I believe you have African American ancestry. Is that correct? If you don't mind my asking.
Do I have that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. All three of those are perspectives that you can put on to look through for funding, Carol, that are very heavily funded right now. Female entrepreneurship overall, very heavily funded. African American female entrepreneurship, even more heavily focused on. Female agricultural production, huge. Female and minority agricultural production, huge, as well as urban, all being ways for you to change your perspective, to change your lens, to look for funding through different opportunities. Does that make sense?
Yes, lots of sense.
So there is a lot out there for you right now. And like I say to anybody, when your check marks are crossed off, when you meet those criteria, jump on it, because you never know when it's going to go to Hawaiian Islanders or refugees or any of this, right? It can just shift and the focus can go to another subset within our culture. And so you want, when it's your subset, you want to jump on it because you don't know how long that subset will be focused on.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that we can answer for you in the moment, my dear?
Well, not right now.
All right.
I just listen in.
So I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
When you say Wednesday, that's the time that you'd want to do a class?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then I did call you and texted you. If you want to just call me back or text me back so that we can get together about Zoom, and then we can set up your event. Or if it's going to be early enough that it'll be on Misty's, I'll get with her so that she can set up your event, because we've learned since we started setting up all of these events that the person who does the facilitating really needs to be the one creating the event, because if anything goes wrong with it as an event in Mighty Network, only that person can fix it. So if you're going to go with an earlier class time, Misty will be your facilitator, and so you'll actually have her set up your event page, but we can get that all tied down when we do our Zoom meeting. Okay?
Yes, I will do.
All right. Thank you, my dear. Really looking forward to that.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I'll go ahead and mute you there. Oh, and you're already on it. Yes, Joy, how can we help you today?
Hi, how are you?
Doing well, and yourself?
Doing okay, hon.
Good.
I just had a question about I put in for the SBDC in my area, and I printed out like the 5 pages. And the question that I have is, I've got a meeting with her, I think on the 29th, and it says, have you registered with all, like the Virginia State Corporation Commission, the IRS? Do I need to do that before I go in a meeting with her or after?
No. They're asking so that they know where you're at, not telling you things you need to accomplish before you go.
Okay. So I just leave it blank.
Yeah. Or say NA or not yet or whatever.
Okay.
It's appropriate, right?
Okay. And the next question is, what was it? Sorry.
Don't worry. The going live, it fries everybody's brain. It's really easy to drop your questions in your brain. Go ahead and give yourself a second.
Okay. Then I come to the page that says, like, how much income can I invest? I'm just a delivery driver. I don't have any money to invest. What's your credit score?
And that's through America's SBDC. Like this.
What is it?
This is the screen that you went to and put your zip code.
No, I haven't gotten there yet.
That's how you start up I'm worried about who you're talking to. Getting a business counselor it doesn't generally involve that detailed of questions.
I didn't think so either, because this says, what is your credit score? Do you have a cosigner?
Oh, I'm thinking you're not where you should be. Can you read the website that you got that from? Is there any way, does it show on the bottom of where you printed those up?
Let's see. That's a good question. There's something real tiny up in here. It's my local SBDC.
And how
Let's
do you
see.
locate that?
No, actually, I don't see a way. Let's see.
Hello.
No, honey, I don't tell you the truth. SBDC office use action.
I'm just gonna go home here in a few minutes.
Okay, so let's do this. If you don't mind, provide your zip code for me.
24210.
Well, that's all right. I'll just go and
Okay, so are you working with the Virginia Highlands SBDC?
Yes, ma'am. That's it.
That is? Okay, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
I would just put NA or something on all of those. I'm a little I mean, most of them that I've seen are more like, you know, what's your name, your email, your physical address, possibly, phone number, the name of your business, like maybe 4 or 5 more questions that are.
Oh, I've got 5 pages.
Oh, that's really weird. That's really weird. Okay, let me see if I can't walk through that with you and see what that looks like. And so you're Joy, and what is your last name, hun, so we can tag you?
Kaywood, Cay.
Oh, Cay.
Wood.
I'm not finding anyone. Do you might you be under
JKA?
Unfortunately, when you have so few characters to what you've called yourself, it's going to be impossible for me to tag you.
Okay. Try JK.
Go ahead.
JK and then a space. Maybe that'll help, because that's what it said. JK space A, capital.
No, the reason is if you think about the algorithm in a platform, think about how many different people may have a JK and an A in their name.
Oh, okay.
And then it can't find you. It can't isolate you like that.
Okay.
So whenever I see somebody having something like that, I'm going to encourage you to add some characters. It does not have to be your personal name. If you want to be really private, you can put JKA Virginia or something, right? Like it doesn't have to be anything specifically about you, but you do need to give the algorithms more to locate you by.
Okay, thank you. Sure will.
Absolutely. So I can post this information here. Unfortunately, I cannot tag you in it. You're just going to have to come into teaching sessions and look for it.
Okay, sure.
Let's do that. And
I want to say thank you all for, y'all are amazing, the work y'all do.
It is so much fun. It really is. I cannot tell you how fun it is. Like Carol, right? We were just talking and she's getting ready to join our Let's Go Navigator volunteer squad. We have close to 10 Let's Go Navigator volunteers now because it's just that much fun. It is.
Yeah, that makes all the difference in the world.
It does. So they do show your website. So let's pop on over here to your website.
Okay.
And then I'm looking for, what do they mean? Apply now, even. What does that mean? Applications for admission? No, that's a school. Okay. Let's look for SBDC. No matches. Okay, that's wonderful. I love it when things like that happen. Let's try out here. Community college, enroll, register, discover more. #1 college in the region. Of course, that's wonderful. Okay.
Gosh, I got all kinds of stuff on there, but not what you need.
Yeah, definitely that. Small Business Development Center. Do you see where I found that? Yep. All the way towards almost the bottom. You barely can go further. In training and workforce, Small Business Development Center. Okay. This is definitely what you're wanting to look for. And then you are wanting to sign up for weird. Some of the SBDCs do have some really weird.
It looks like the third one over with the red underneath it. That's what it looks like on my paper.
Okay.
Right, you're right there. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to provide this to you here. Okay.
Okay.
But it's very limited. They do have a phone number here, though. Okay. All right. And you're looking for free business counseling. That's what you're looking for.
Yes. And I think that's what this is, because it'll say it has a check mark that says need for office use only, needs business structure information.
Mm-hmm.
Needs guidance on location, stuff like that. So that's probably what that is then, I guess.
Yeah, but that's intense, man.
Oh, I know.
I'm not even finding like an intake. So let's do this. Sorry, my computer's just being a little bit slow right now. Oh, it's not going to take me there. Huh. That's not good. Okay. So then let's try Virginia SBDC, the lead center. I'm guessing that somehow that's where you've been working through. Let's open link in new tab. Does this look right?
All I've got is the little top logo. That's on my paper that I printed out, or that she sent me in an email and I printed out. Yeah, I think that's it there. Yeah.
Okay. Like this though? This is what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
You have advising listed here, right?
Start your business, maybe?
Grow your business. So I'm going to provide you this one as well.
Okay.
But I would talk to somebody about where that's really intensive paperwork.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like you're at a place where you need to be doing that much intensive paperwork, because you're starting.
Yeah, I'm just starting out.
Right?
Yeah, I'm a delivery driver, and I thought, hey, wait a minute, that's one kind of like a missing gap.
Right. And then they contact you. Stuff here again. Business. I'm going to provide you this one as well. Looks like this might be some.
Oh yeah, okay. Requirements.
Possibly. Maybe some learning, maybe some overviews. Oh, here's the make an appointment. Did you click this? Does that look familiar?
Well, I just called her, and she I haven't went on the website. I just printed out the email that she sent me, the paperwork, and I haven't had a chance to get on the website yet.
Okay. Interesting. I'm going to share this with you as well.
Okay.
I would just try to reach back out to the person that you were already communicating with, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. And
ask them if you have really no generated data yet, right? You haven't generated income or data. Do they really want you to just keep writing NA for 5 pages worth of an application, right? I don't know what was going on in your background, but it sounded almost like not it. That's what I'd be saying, not it,
I'll fill it out the best I can.
Right? I hear that. So, I mean, at least there's some different places to reach out to and look at there for you. I'm a little disappointed in what I'm hearing they're asking of you. I've not ever heard of anybody asking for that much before.
Wow.
And, I mean, I've worked with 2 SBDCs here in Utah, and I've talked to all the people working with them throughout the country, and nobody ever has said that it was any different than what I experienced, 4 to 10 questions kind of a.
Wow.
thing. So I'm not sure what you got going on, but I would definitely want to ask somebody before I tried to deal with that.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was a little much too, but I didn't know because it's just a basic startup. I mean, it's
Totally.
nothing
But if
elaborate.
everything is 0 or NA, why waste their time or yours? That's the answer. 0 NA. You know? I mean, maybe you've invested a little bit into the idea. Maybe you've created a website or something, you know, that, but if you haven't generated any data or income,
Nothing.
you know, that's not
I
going
just
to.
Yeah, I just need help starting out, like maybe an app or just just basic startup.
Mhm.
I'm going to need a vehicle because my car is it's just toast.
And so that's another area where, of course, you've got to look into. Let's get item number 6 for you out of the meta grant report, as well as item number 5. That's business, item number 5. And I'm going to just get down to this point here. But as you see, it goes quite a lot longer. Item number 5 is one of the longest. Then item number 6 is about car repair. And again, I'm going to copy to about here. And it continues on for a decent little bit as well.
Okay. Well, I put in for the car repair grant.
Wonderful, wonderful. And again, that's coming from the meta grants report. And so I always want to make sure you guys are able to get to where the overall report is. So let's grab that for you as well. Let me just delete these links so we don't lose the ones we're working with.
Yeah, you're good. You're good at computers.
I like them. We get along pretty well.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, not me.
I was lucky to be put onto a computer at about the age 12 in
Wow, very cool.
California schooling, right? Like they were modernized quite well there with things like that. And so I started playing with computers when I was about 12 and then just continued on
That's
over
very
the
good.
years. Yeah, I really
I
do
was
enjoy it a lot, right?
I was born in San Jose. Where are you at?
I've lived all over California actually, but never in the central part. I've lived in the San Diego area, LA area, Orange County area, and the San Francisco area.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah. Anaheim and that should be a YouTube video from Matthew, but let's get you a better preview than that. I don't like that preview. And Gardenia,
Nice.
Tupelo, Saugus, and then Benicia and Vallejo up north. A little bit all
Wow.
over, right? And then San Diego area, I lived in Lakeside and Coronado, right? So all over.
Very cool. Yeah.
All right, so that's item number 5. And then item number 6 is getting those vehicles issues taken care of. And is there anything else that we can provide for you in the moment, my dear?
I think I'm okay. That would help tremendously. Just what you've done is more help than you'll know. I
Excellent.
appreciate it.
Excellent. Well, there really are some amazing opportunities out there, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm also going to provide how to bookmark or save a post so that you can save this or any other post you know you're going to want to get back to, just as we talked about with algorithms for your name.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. There's almost literally 24-hour a day activity here in Let's Go Help You. And so it can be very hard for the algorithms to locate a specific post. So if you know you're going to want to get back to it, you want to bookmark it or save it. Okay. That way the algorithms aren't trying to find it for you, right?
Okay. Sure.
Now, my last question for you here is, are you comfortable getting into Let's Go Help 2 and your notification bell?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tag you. Okay. Now, don't forget, I couldn't tag you. So you're going to just have to come in to teaching sessions. It's in the community answers tab. You see this is the second tab here. Okay.
Okay.
And then it's the teaching session in the live meetup collection, live meeting.
Okay. Okay.
And then you'll just kind of have to scroll for it. You could, if you write down the term Virginia Highlands and you search it here in teaching sessions, that should make it so you don't have to scroll and scroll and scroll until you find it.
Okay.
So just write down Virginia Highlands.
Yep.
And then you can search that here in teaching sessions. Or you could even try in the overall algorithms, as it's a pretty specific search term. Let's just try. Ta-da. Okay. So it looks
Oh,
like
very good. Yes.
2 months
Good.
ago, Gentle All Smiles did post something that's around that area, right? But the second one is me posted 11 minutes ago. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. All right. And so you said you were comfortable getting into Let's Go Help 2 in your notification bell?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Excellent. Thank you so much, my dear. I'm going to go ahead and
Thank
mute you.
you.
Very welcome. And we still have about 50 minutes when we don't have Miss Tammy here with us. I don't want to leave you guys on a silent break, so I won't do that. But does anybody have any other questions at all? Does not have to be about agriculture. It can be about agriculture. It can be about Let's Go Help 2. It can be about getting resources that are completely outside of the agricultural area. All that great stuff. Anybody? Anybody? All right, guys. Let's go ahead and shut class down for today. We'll head up to our calendar. Everything's a little bit wonky because I don't normally come on Thursdays. I don't normally come on Fridays. I come on Thursdays. So what I'm going to do so that that little live icon will disappear is I'm going to edit this a bit and put it back to the normal upcoming time frame. And so that will be the 30th. 30th at 5 o'clock p.m. Mountain, which makes it 3 o'clock p.m. 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific. No, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 5 o'clock p.m. Mountain, 6 o'clock p.m. Central, and 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And that is our normal time. So there we go. Everything's back to normal with this class. And the next upcoming class today, as today is one of our busiest days. Let's refresh this so that goes away. Is going to be Friday's Coffee and Grants with Michelle, coming up in about 45 minutes wherever you are. That will be 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 5 o'clock p.m. Mountain, 6 o'clock p.m. Central, and 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Friday's Coffee and Grants with Michelle. And I will be with you all next Tuesday at 3 o'clock. I changed it, I think. Hold on. Everything's changing right now. All of our times are changing a little bit. Things are going on in our lives. So it's going to be Tuesday, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, 4:30 p.m. Mountain, 5:30 p.m. Central, and 6:30 p.m. Eastern, when I will be with you guys next. I do hope you are able to join Michelle. She's excellent. It looks like, oh my goodness, I can't remember her name, KJA. Joy, is she here? Oh, no, she's gone. But Michelle is great with locating opportunities as regards vehicles and vehicle repairs. That's an area that she's starting to specialize in a little bit. And she will be up in 46 minutes at 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 5 o'clock p.m. Mountain, 6 o'clock p.m. Central, and 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Bye, guys.